Have you ever seen a raft of farm ducks waddle in unison, marching together? I thought it was because they are somehow able to understand what their farmer is ordering them. But it turns out it is not the case. So the ducks do that simply because the other ducks are doing it. It is conformity. Now, meanwhile, conformity has important social implications. The cause of it might be a biological and natural instinct. It demonstrates the natural need of a living being to belong and to fit in, and the thought that if it is how most do it, it must be the right way. So there are several studies that show conformity in animals. One of them is an experiment by Alice de Bridges and Larasati. The experiment on whether or not fruit flies follows the majority about their mating partner. So they have two results, a conformist bias and a situation where the majority still wins at first, but as generations proceed, eventually the chain breaks. So it shows that a preference persists in a population across time and generation. Now, since animals do not have the required brain power to cultivate innovation, it is most likely came from a natural instinct. Now, have you ever heard of FOMO or fear of missing out? It is common, especially nowadays when people are willing to jump into any bandwagon just because everyone else is doing it. Take a look at a scene from Dead Poet Society about conformity. It shows that sometimes we do it unconsciously. It is an instinct, an urge, but humans are able to cultivate their own preferences if given enough time and chance to explore. Now, the danger of this FOMO behavior is that FOMO may cause some impulsive decisions and force changes. While conformity is not necessarily bad, it is not always bad, like sometimes conformity is needed to achieve an order, but it can be dangerous. It is undeniably can be dangerous. Take example of this literary work, The Lottery by Shirley Jackson. So in this setting, the lottery is a cultural thing. Yes, but is it beneficial? No, it kills people. It brings more harm than good. But they all just went with the flow. They all just went with the tradition without even thinking. It is killing people. Why are we still continuing this tradition? So, even the husband is willing to sacrifice his wife just for the sake of this lottery thing. Meanwhile, in real life, it not be this extreme, the urgency is still the same. Especially if you take a look around. Hence, it is important to realize that we indeed have an urge to conform, but we are granted the ability to think and not to follow the urge if it is harmful. It is important to exercise our own voice, to stand our ground. It is important that we have the liberty to choose and not to always follow the stream. Thank you.